Hello YouTube, my name is Shane and today we're playing Warframe. Today I wanted to talk about a area of Warframe that I kind of think is very kind of lacking and needs to be like worked on. Today we're kind of standing here in the dojo. This is a dojo that me and my friends and our clan has put together over the course of about like a week in total build time. So the dojo is essentially like the clan base, and the way you get the dojo is you actually have to build each independent section. So like if we go over here, like this is the clan, like one of the clan halls, and then over here is an elevator, or this isn't an elevator section, but this is a different section of the hall, and each section requires you to put in a certain amount of resources. So if we just take a quick tour down the elevator here, which I thought was the other side because it kind of looks identical in that room. But if we go down, I'll kind of give you an example of the resources that you're required to build. So if we go all the way over here to like one of our reactor rooms, which we kind of have a pre-built section, but it requires credits and a bunch of resources, and particularly formas. Now formas in Warframe aren't exactly rare, but they're not exactly easy to find either. And they also kind of have a dual purpose, which you use them to upgrade weapons in your Warframe. Now, that can make them more valuable, especially when you use an excess of 10 or more of them to build a dojo. Now, in the dojo, there's typically two things that you can put into categories about things you do. Number one would be to socialize and kind of hang out with clan members and like run the dueling room, which I'm standing in right here, or the obstacle course, which is over here. And we typically like doing this because we like to try and beat our own records and stuff. Like you got a little record there, but like for some reason the records got cleaned off apparently. And then the other section would be to research weapons and equipment that you can use in Warframe, which is the R&D department, which is the area which I'm entering right now, where you have your different modules. We're still kind of putting up some new banners and stuff, but in these modules here where you can like upgrade your new things. Now, the thing that I've kind of figured out is once you've done kind of all the upgrades and kind of socialize and do things with your friends, there's really not a lot to do in the dojo, and that's kind of a shame when you spend like a ton of time planning out how you want your dojo to look and like all the resource gathering you have to do. Now, one thing I was thinking about, like how could you possibly make the dojo like so you would want to enter it more often, and like because usually I only pop in every like once in a while, and that's kind of a shame when you, like I said, you put so much time into building this the dojo with your clan, and not a lot of people stay in them from very long, other than to like trade and like research and like pretty much hang out, I guess. But I guess one of the things that I came up with a concept was, why isn't the dojo exactly treated as if it's like a giant drop ship, like the one you go to in the main menu, that like just has your clan mates running around inside? And I think this would be freaking awesome, because it's kind of like, because most of the time you can't see your inventory, you can't change your mods, you can't upgrade, you can't go on quests from the dojo. So like all the things that you would really care about in the game, you can't do from the dojo, and that's kind of a problem. And I would really like to see them fix it. Now, one of the ways I was thinking about doing it is, so they need to add some form of a room, and I was thinking create a room called like the war room, and it would just be kind of like essentially the like the cockpit of your like dropship, where you have like the map, and like you can see all the like change logs and all that kind of stuff in your dropship, in a room that's similar to the observatory, which we're still kind of building ours over here. But See how it's got that giant map in there, like all planets? Why can't you just walk up to that and like launch a mission? It'd be really freaking awesome. And but call that room like maybe the war room, and that's where you go in when you want to do some battles, like actually go on missions. And then put like together a room called like a foundry where you have a bunch of like mechanical futuristic robot arms building stuff, and you go in the foundry and you use that to build like all the stuff you're building on your ship you can continue to like work on in the dojo. I think that would be really awesome. And like the whole like heads up displays in your like in your ship where you have the like where you could look up all like the things you've scanned and all the enemy types and stuff. Why not put like a futuristic Star Wars type library where you can like go in and it's got like holographic things all over the place, and it's got like the little heads up display things you can go to and like research and do stuff. I think that'd be freaking awesome. Another thing I was thinking, like all the stuff that's pretty much underneath, like aside from like maybe the foundry, like the way you change your armor and like your appearance, and like you upgrade your mod cards and stuff. Put that in a room called the armory. It's just like those little touches would make the dojo so much more useful and wanting to actually stay in them, and like so you have more social interaction with your clanmates, because from what I've experienced, not a lot of people stay in their dojos to begin with for that long of a period of time. And this is just an area that I've kind of have think that needs to be worked on, and kind of for a while. And like for example, if you were to say launch a mission from like the war room that would need to be implemented, the way like you would be like, where would you return after the mission? Would you return to your dropship, or would you return to, say, the dojo? Well, if you launch the mission from the dojo, you should return to the dojo. If you launch the mission from, say, the dropship, you should return to the dropship. And so a way you would be able to flip back to the dropship is you kind of have one already set up. Is you just hit the escape key and hit leave dojo, go back to ship. Now there needs to be an option like this in the dropship where you can leave the dropship and come back to the dojo. Like, and the reason you kind of don't want to, I'm not saying eliminate dropships, but like I could see why they would be useful in like if you're part of a clan that has over 200 Warframe individuals in it running around and bouncing off the walls, and you don't have a decent enough computer to have all those 200 people running around and you're going at like 10 frames per second, then you would primarily just kind of stay in your dropship, and you could do everything that you could do in the dojo from the dropship, aside from like research and stuff. But you would have to maybe come to the dojo in times of like low populations to do that kind of stuff. But so you would get the option of whether or not you want to have like be in the dojo or be in the dropship when you return from emissions. Now, in terms of like Ortis and the like AI stuff that pops up in the screen, like Ortis can obviously be in the dojo just telling you what to do. Like I kind of get the impression that he's the AI in the ship, so he should have a comm to like communicate with you while you're in the dojo, like even story elements and stuff like that. So it's not a really big problem like with clashing with the story, and it doesn't seem like it would take that much redesigning of the dojo in order to make this happen. And I would really like to see it, because like for example, a game like Metal Gear Solid that just came out, and I've been kind of playing a little bit, it's kind of awesome when you've build a base yourself or with your buddies, and you come back to a base and there's a bunch of people running around and doing their own thing and like talking, and in that game you have a bunch of mercenaries and stuff, and they're all doing their own thing, like working in the base, and like that's kind of awesome when you come back from a mission with a helicopter and you see that. Like it just adds to the game's immersion, and like I think the same concept can be applied to Warframe. With the dojo, it just needs to be like worked on, and it's kind of sad because you put all this time and effort into the dojo and no one really stays there. Thanks for listening to me. My name is Shane, and I'll see you next time.